What's happening, everybody? Sean, joined again by my son Trey. Today we got a reaction to Harry Nilsson and a song battle. His songs Daybreak versus Without Her, brought to us by friend, longtime supporter, and patron of the channel, Seals. Seals, appreciate you. Appreciate all the patrons who make this thing go. Check out the Patreon link below if you'd like to support us in any way. We could not do it without him. We got over 2,500 vids up, Trey, which is amazing at this point. Seals says, I just listened to Sean's review of Nilsson Schmielson and it inspired me to do a Nilsson song battle of my own. I've been a long time fan. So I've got Nilsson Schmielson up and Son of Schmielson up if you want to go check those out. Trey, tell us about the first track we're going to look at.
Yeah, so we're going to check out Daybreak from the Son of Dracula LP in 1974. Seals knows a very underrated song I first heard 20 years ago when I was between jobs. It summed up how I felt at the time. I was very depressed and literally didn't want the sun to come up in the morning. I eventually found the job I still have now and got over it. Well, there you go, Seals. I love to hear a good end to that story right there. Son of Dracula, Dad, is a 1974 British musical film directed by Freddie Francis and starring Harry Nilsson and Ringo Starr. Yeah. It's produced by Ringo and released in 74 by Apple Films. Also the title of a soundtrack released in conjunction with the film.
Now, Trey, you're a cinephile. You like to watch all the great directors. Have you watched the movies produced by the great star or not yet?
Not yet,
well,
dude.
Here you go.
I gotta get them on deck, though.
Come the daylight, it's making me sad. Here come the sunlight, making me sad. Had a good time last night, best I ever had. Here come the sunshine, it's making me sad. So sad, so sad, so sad, so sad. Here come the daybreak. Had a good time last night, just me and my friends. But here come the daylight, and now it's the end. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Here come the daylight, it's bringing me down, causing me heartache, spinning my head around. Yeah, here come the daylight.
All right, Harry Nilsson with a, it kind of fits. I know it would have been his music now that I've been to his albums. It's kind of his style, a little eccentric, a little different. Nice cadence, like a kind of a cadence on the way he delivers each line that kind of mesmerizes you a little bit. But, the story is he wants to spend the night, his life in the night with his friends, having a good time. Doesn't want the responsibilities of the day. So,
I think I think the dissonance here, Dad, from the almost whimsical, you had the flutes in here, almost more uplifting, childlike type of music
Yeah,
in the
that's a good way to
background,
put it.
right?
Really good way to put it.
Compared to just the lyrical content where he's in that state of depression, right? One of the potential side effects of depression is sleeping in late,
Yep.
having an insomnia, weird type of sleeping schedule, right? And that idea is something that should bring you maybe or signal you, oh, it's time to get up and going, right? The sun, I'm gonna go out
Right.
there. No, it's making Harry here feel sad
Yeah.
right there, and we've probably all been
I was
there
gonna
to
say
some
that.
certain extent, as even the Seals noted. I can see how this song was at that particular point, in
For
your
sure.
life when you're going through stuff can be it's nice whenever you're like, oh, okay, I'm relating to this right
Yeah.
now, and so here comes the sunshine that's making me sad. You don't hear that. You have that "Here Comes the Sun" action and George Harrison going,
Yeah, exactly.
oh, yeah, the sun, and newness, happiness type of thing. So I thought that was kind of cool how Harry just flipped that on its head there a bit, especially with the musical arrangement there. So yeah, cool little track right there. And we're gonna go now, Dad, to Without Her, a short and sweet little 2-minute jam right here.
Yeah, and the reason why it's 2 minutes, right, is because from 1967 album Pandemonium Shadow Show, and everything was short back then. Seal says it was featured on an episode of the 60s TV show The Ghost and Mrs. Muir. It also was covered by Blood, Sweat, and Tears in their first album when Al Cooper was their lead singer. I found the song. It's a Baroque pop single. It's played with cello and a counter melody performed on a flute based on about a half dozen chords. One of Nilsson's first hits, although a minor one. It explains the sadness of dreaming each night that the woman he loves will be there, but she never is, and the melancholy of spending another day without her.
I spend the night in a chair thinking she'll be there, but she never comes. And then I wake up and wipe the sleep from my eyes, and I rise to face another day without her. It's just no good anymore when you walk through the door of an empty room, and then you go inside and set a table for one. It's no fun when you spend a day without her. We burst the pretty balloon, took us to the moon, such a beautiful thing, but it's ended now, and it sounds like a lie if I say I'd rather die than live without her. Love is a beautiful thing when it knows how to swing, and it grooves like a clock, but the hands on the clock tell the lovers to part, and it's breaking my heart to have to spend another day without her. I spend the night in a chair thinking she'll be there, but she never comes. And then I wake up and wipe the sleep from my eyes, and I rise to face another day without her. Can't go on without her. There's no song without her. It's all wrong without her. Can't go on.
All right, Without Her. As so many songs are back in the mid to late 60s, Trey, they're short, but they pack in a ton of lyrics.
Yeah.
Whereas in the previous song, I talked about his cadence and kind of how this one, it's almost like rapid fire, but that cello and that flute, it just all has such an interesting, this is an interesting song. He's almost speaking in parts of it as he's rapid firing. What did you think of this?
No, man, I thought it was interesting. You mentioned in the cello with it was really the cello and the bass that stood out to me.
Yeah.
Not a combo of instruments that you hear
No.
often. With no real acoustic.
You don't really hear the
guitar.
do is the.
But no, man, like you said, dude, just rapid fire, and yet again, that sense of melancholy kind of coming throughout, even though Harry's vocal delivery doesn't doesn't really reflect that, so
No.
to speak. But like even from the opening line, I spend the night in a chair thinking she'll be there, but she never comes. So even from the opening lines, we're like, okay, this dude's heartbroken. I mean, the title Without Her kind of cued me in.
Yeah,
that,
but it kind of it sets the stage. You know that she never shows up. So yeah.
But, it's just no good anymore when you walk through the door of an empty room and you go inside and set a table for one. It's no fun. Maybe this led to him, at daybreak, not wanting to have the sun come up.
Could be, man.
It all,
Could be. All these years later, it hits.
It all works together right here. But, man, just some of that classic, almost 60s, Baroque pop type of sound right there, man. So that'll take us to our winner, though. And for me, man, I do got to give the nod to our first track, Daybreak. I just thought the arrangement and vocal cadence stood out a little bit more to me. And so I'm giving that the nod.
Whereas I'm going to go Without Her because I think it's such a unique song.
Okay,
just
yeah,
the way,
I can see it.
It's put together. But they're both really good songs. So we need to know what you think. Let us know below who you think won this thing. Give Seals some love for bringing this nice, diverse. I mean, we're talking about 7 years. And 7 years in music is a lot of difference as artists,
especially in that
evolve.
Late 60s to 70s.
So it's a fun one to check out.
Yeah, and if you like what you saw today, man, hit that thumbs up and that big red subscribe button. And hey, man, we got some Harry Nilsson content, as my dad noted. So check that out if you're looking for more. But that'll do it for us today, y'all. So until next time, thanks for watching, happy listening, and we will see you.